we're in the build-up to our first pre-season friendly this week. We've got the players in all week in preparation for that. Can you tell me a bit about how the latest things have gone down here at the training ground?
Well, they've had a hard day today. They went old school today. It was more of a mentality day but I think they did 2 hours and 15 minutes of solid running, so it was there'll be a few sore bodies, so they've earned their day off tomorrow. But generally it's been good. Obviously the Reuben thing wasn't ideal in picking up that little injury, but we're looking to get that sorted, and hopefully we'll have a new player, so to speak, in a couple of months. Other than that, everything else has gone well.
You did bring in another new player last week. That was Dan Bowry, a centre-back who's come in. Can you tell us a bit about him?
Yeah, Dan's someone we know well. We had him in back end of last season, played a couple of games, and it's someone we think's got a lot more development in him. He's got good attributes. He's physically big enough. He's quick. He's strong. He's technically good. He's obviously got flaws that he needs to work on, but we think we can help him and work with him, and we're hoping there's more to come from him. Yeah,
quite often when you bring in a player, it's almost like, obviously always a risk, but bringing in Dan, who's trained with us and played in reserve team games, means that you've already had a good look at him.
Yeah, we know the person as much as anything. Something I'm quite big on in regards to, I do like to get good people in the door if you can. He comes from a good stock, he comes from a football background, so he understands. And having conversations with him at the end of last season, he knows what he's walking into as well, so he knows the culture that's been set at the club, and he's prepared to come in and work in that culture.
Another announcement from last week was a new pre-season friendly to replace the Bristol Rovers game on the 27th against Burnley under 23s. I know you were quite keen to get a home game, and I suppose this one ticks the box in many ways.
Yeah, it was an ideal situation, and ideally we wouldn't be playing an under 23s team, but like I said, it's so late in pre-season, everyone's schedule is already full, so Burnley have done us a favour. Hopefully they'll bring down a couple of squad players as well. They have got a game, the first team have got Wigan the same day, but like you said, they carry big squads now, Premier League clubs, and I know two or three, well I know obviously Dyche really well, and I've spoke to Steve Stone, and so they've been brilliant as regards to helping us by coming down. There's a long way to come.
Yeah, Stratford away on Saturday, the first pre-season game. You've got a whole week-long prep ahead of that game. Is this sort of week trying almost like mirrored a little bit how it's going to be during the season, or because it's pre-season, is it very different into the way you'd normally approach a game on a Saturday?
Yeah, there's no preparation for the game. The lads will have tired legs going into the game. They'll have miles in their legs. Normally on a Thursday and a Friday it's quite low-key, but it won't be. Like I said, they've been hit really hard today. I think they've run 13-14 kilometres today over quite a long period of time, so they'll recover, and then Thursday they'll be in the pool for another heart and lung session, and then a bit of tactical stuff. So it's just miles in the legs. That's all we're looking for in pre-season friendlies. So the Stratford game, yes, you want to play well, but as long as the lads are staying injury free and getting fitter, that's all we're looking for.
If we look forward a week though, next week you've actually got a spell where you've got 3 games in 4 days, obviously Hereford, Taunton, Leicester City. Does that mean you get all the running in now in this week as opposed to maybe next week, or does that still not matter?
No, it's changed. It's a bit more scientific as regards to now. The early part of pre-season, it's bigger areas and bigger numbers, and then as you get closer towards the season it becomes smaller areas and smaller numbers, so it becomes a lot shorter and sharper and brighter. At the minute it's quite big, at the minute it's a big open areas, so that's what you're looking to do. You're looking to fine-tune them towards the end of pre-season.